Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then hi. Happy New Year and all that, and let's hope it's all going to be a positive one. And I'm starting with something new. I've already had a play, so you can see I've already made a kind of weird rib cage type thing. It's basically just a pattern, and this one is flowers, and this one is a heart, an anatomically correct heart. I can't even say the words. But, and there's a big but, I apparently learned nothing from school on safety. Can you see? I sliced my finger. There was lots of blood. So, let's hope we can get to do it this day and not create havoc. So, here are your basic tools. These are your cutters. And you can see they're all different shapes, sizes. Now, I am very basic. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just winging it as I usually do. So, I shall be using just the one of these. And it will be... Which one will it be? Not those. I think it's that one. I think I like that one. It's a bit easier to hold. These are very sharp, and I mean very sharp, as you could see with the finger. But in usual crafty style, I got a baby wipe and some tape and wrapped it until it stopped. So, I have my basic lino, and these came from Amazon. In fact, these all came from Amazon, because we bought them for the daughter when she was going to university, and she barely used them. So I went, oh, I'll have them then. And I've not used them. So, well, these I have because I've just made them. So I thought, this year I'm going to start using stuff that I've got and actually see if I can do them. So today is lino printing. We're going to make one and we're going to print one. And we're going to see along the lines in other videos how to incorporate them into other things. And I've lost a nail. It is somewhere around this house. I don't know where it is. I've only just realised that it's gone. Oh well, you know me, not good with nails. So what I'm going to do now is I need to draw this shape. I'm going to draw around there. Pencil, thank you. So I know exactly how big this is going to be. So don't go any bigger. And I'm just going to do something really simple. And I'm going to do cats. I don't know if you can actually see this. I might just get a pen. I'll get a pen and do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And all I want is eyes. But we do want a tail. And I'm going to do that. I've got my basic design. What I'm going to do is cut this bit out. Now, ideally, you want some copy paper. I don't actually know where I've put mine. Shock. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to get a very nice dark shaded pencil, sorry. I think that's a good one. Let's have a look. I know that's not even a pencil, it's a charcoal pencil. It's not the right thing. It's not what I'm looking for. 2B will do. And now I'm just going to go over the lines. My cats have decided they're going to go and play with the cardboard box. Noisy little monkeys. And this is a very old-fashioned way of transferring images, but it works. Now, it's going to be very faint when I transfer this. Now, you can actually paint your lino first if you want to transfer an image, and then it'll become a bit clearer. So if I wanted to put white on it, that would work. So now I'm going to go over it again and transfer the pencil marks with the pen. And I want the cats to stand out and the space to be the background and the eyes to be the background. So it looks a little 3D, but also I want the dots in the eyes to stick forward. So that one is going to be a little tricky. I may have to use a different nib. So I'm going to fast forward on this bit as well, and we'll come back when it's all. Now, you can barely see that. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. You can't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the top now with some marker pen so you can see the image as well as I can. I mean, I can barely see it either, but I know what it is. So I'll put some marker pen down and then we'll come back. Right, so we have our image. Now, these black lines, I'm going to use the thin one first to use as a guide, and then use a thicker one to go around the outside. But first, I need something to hold down this lino. Now, this is a bit raggedy-aggedy, but it works a treat. You lock it onto your desk just by pushing it, and then you put that into your corner, so now it's not going to move. The only problem is I like to turn as I'm going, so you've only got 4 options of turning, whereas I'd probably prefer something like that. But I have seen a trick where you can use one of them mats, the kitchen mats that you could use to keep it stable. Now, safety trick. Keep your fingers this side of the blade. Don't do a me. Like this. That is how I got my finger. So yes, in fact, it's quite easy to put your finger on the actual thing and then use it to cut around. So then your fingers are not going to be in the way. Now, this is just my guideline. And I will speed you up because this may take some time. I need it to be at a different angle altogether for me. This is just, as long as I've got it there, and this is not going to move on me right, so. I don't know if you can actually see what I'm doing. I may have to move up the desk a little bit. You can try and do it in one sweep. It is so much neater than when you cut in bits and bobs. I'm just going to move my fingers out of the way. Right. Yeah. The trick is not to push too hard. Now, that's not a very good idea with me because I'm heavy-handed and I do tend to gouge. So I'm having to really think about what I'm doing. See, now if I had my finger on top of there, I'd have had more control. But fear not. So, to voice over me, because my microphone decided to play silly beggars. I've cut my lino print out, and as you can see, the cats look really goofy. I like it. And I'm going to use 3 or 4 different ways of printing. This is printer's ink, and it's about 10 years old, so I don't know if it's even liquid. It could be solid in that bottle, I have no idea. I'm going to use acrylic ink, Arrtx markers, and some acrylic paint. Now, I started doing the colouring with the pens, and I could see it was starting to dry already, and I'm thinking this is not going to work. But I had to try it, I had to figure it out, see if it works. And you can see, look, it's drying as I'm colouring. You can see this in fast speed because obviously we'll be here all day. Some of the pens are starting to run out. I've used them that much. It's ridiculous. I do love them. So, Arrtx, if you're looking or listening, you can send me some free stuff if you like. Yeah, I know that's cheeky. But I like pens. I love pens. But yeah, they are drying out on the lino rather quick, which is what they're supposed to do. They are supposed to dry fast. Yeah, me and my dumb ideas. So I thought I'd reinvigorate it with a bit of alcohol spray. Could probably have done it with water. Would have probably been better. Or not at all. So I'm going to use my brayer, but you can see the alcohol seeping through. And I pressed down the brayer, and this brayer has come apart more times than a little. It came with a jelly print. Yes, I'm going to be doing jelly prints. I have no idea what I'm doing with the jelly prints, or what I'm actually doing with the jelly pad. It's called something else. My brain just decided to fart. I'm sorry. I'm having a fibro day, so my brain has gone like, woof, out the window. So yeah, you can see that's not printed very well. It is cute, don't get me wrong, but it's not printed very well. So I'm cleaning it off, but it has stained. But that's a given. It will stain. Anything will stain your lino print. So now I'm going to go in with the black ink. And yes, it is liquid. I really could have done with using a bit more though. I was being a bit stingy. A lot stingy. So I think I should have put another couple of blobs down, because I do end up putting some more down, but it's still not enough for me. I mean, you're only supposed to put it on light, but like I said, this ink's old. I'm still going to use it. It still works. I could have just made it a bit more juicy on the pad. So I'm rubbing it down with my hand this time, because I can't use the roller. And that's come out nice. So I'm just going to add some gold acrylic ink to the black ink and just make it, well, a mix. Now, I don't think the gold shows up very well, but I bet if I'd have printed the gold on top of the black separately, that would have looked really nice. I mean, you can't really tell on screen, but when the light hits it, you can just see a little bit of gold. Just a tiny bit. So I'm using a baby wipe, damp baby wipe, just to clean off my brush. No, it's a roller. So it's nothing fancy. And now I'm using gold acrylic ink, and I was going to use that white. I can't open that bottle. My hands are still not playing nice. So I'm struggling with things at the minute. So I mixed that up, and I just wanted to lightly dab over the top. So I didn't really press too hard. You're not supposed to press hard anyway. And my hindsight was I was going to put it on that side over the top, and I didn't. And it's a bit too pale. It needs to be on a darker background, I think, to show up. Now the heart. Oh my god. I have so got to do something with this heart. I mean, look at it. It's creepy. It's ace. And it prints beautiful. Oh, I would like to see that in some resin or something like that. Now, yeah, if you want to see what I do with these prints or what I'm going to use with these prints, wait for the next video, which will be Tuesday. And give me a thumbs up, like, comment and all the nice stuff. And thank you to my members, my subscribers, and everybody who's watched to the end. Bye bye.